from The Reporter, the paper of record for Delaware County's towns and villages. This is Off the Record, a quick look at the latest county news. I'm Andrew Kantor, and this week we've got county HEAP benefits in jeopardy, debris on the Delaware River, marijuana paying off big time for Sidney, and a lot more. All that said, let's get to it. Breaking up is hard to do if what you want to break up is a pile of debris in a river. Just below the Downsville Covered Bridge, there's a growing gravel bar. It's turning the Delaware River there into kind of a mess. Colchester's highway crew, they want to clear it out, but they are stuck doing the old Catskills two-step with the state DEC. Town officials say they filed for a permit to clear the river, but they haven't heard back. The DEC says, actually, the town's application was incomplete. It told officials what they need to do, and now the state is just waiting on the missing info. Meanwhile, the water's flowing backward in places, locals are grumbling, the bridge is taking a beating, and it's just a matter of paperwork right now, as long as someone can figure out who needs to fill it out properly. If you know someone who needs help paying heating bills, the last thing you want to hear is, hopefully it's not a cold winter. Yeah, that's what Social Services Committee Commissioner Keith Weaver said, because the federal government, it cut funding for silly little social programs like HEAP. It's all part of that big, beautiful bill. So the low-income households that rely on HEAP benefits, they just might be out of luck this year. Oh well. The state will chip in what it can, though it's mostly a federal program. And right now it looks like there won't be the usual funds for furnace repairs and tune-ups, and the emergency benefits, they will probably be cut in half this winter. Hopefully, though, Delaware County's millionaires and billionaires will step up and let some of their money trickle down to the people who might, freeze this winter. Or, we can just hope Mother Nature takes pity? Meanwhile, there's bad news and good news on a different side of the social services front. The bad news? Commissioner Keith Weaver said the cost of daycare in Delaware County has jumped, and it's way beyond what Albany's paying. But thanks to some creative budget juggling, the county has been able to cover the gap and keep services running smoothly. But the good news is there are some great long-term trends. Foster care numbers are down, CPS investigations are as low as they've ever been, and homelessness hasn't spiked, at least not yet. A lot of that's because of a new state policy that focuses on helping families instead of investigating them. Yeah, there's still a lot of uncertainty ahead. Budget season is coming and probably policy changes too. But right now, there's a lot more silver lining than there is a cloud. So what else is happening in the county? Here's a pro tip. If you're going to appoint someone to be your town's only assessor, take a moment to ask her, planning to retire soon? Walton named Penny Haddad as its assessor and then had to rescind it and accept her resignation instead because it turns out she's retiring. The council is starting the search for a new assessor, and this time might ask a few questions first. If you're like most people, you get excited over the idea of feasibility studies. So you might want to check out Middletown, where the council members there voted to move forward with feasibility studies. In this case, it's for possible sewage collection systems in Clovesville and Kelly Corners. There's nothing wrong, they just want to plan ahead, and it won't cost anything, so why not? Like the saying goes, better safe than having raw sewage flooding the streets. While Sidney's waiting for its Aldi, Walton is still trying to figure out how it can have trails for ATVs and UTVs that'll make everyone happy. Well, at least not too angry. Council members are looking at Lewis County for inspiration because they like what's happening there, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to have to deal with the whole environmental impact thing from the state. It ain't easy. You think it wouldn't be a big deal to find a way for ATVs to, use the town's roads just to get from trail to trail? But then you overestimate the efficiency of local government. Speaking of Walton, the council there is trying to figure out what to call the boat launch in Beerston without actually calling it a boat launch. They don't want people paddling into the Cannonsville Reservoir, but they kind of want people to know there's access to the river. They want to be welcoming, but not too welcoming. So one idea was calling it a water recreation exit point, and hoping people don't realize that you can enter the river there too. In just the last quarter, the town of Sidney got itself more than $22,000 in taxes just from the Green's Greenery marijuana dispensary on Route 357 right across from Unadilla. That's a lot more cash than what the council members expected, and it's all for just voting yes to allowing marijuana sales. Great news at the heart of the Catskills Humane Society in Delhi. Thanks to a crew of SUNY Delhi students, the shelter's getting a new space specifically for isolating sick dogs. It even includes an outside area separate from the rest of the kennels. And that's it for this week's Off the Record. But you know what to do. There's plenty more in The Reporter, like Middletown planning to upgrade its water system and maybe its water rates, Sidney Center looking to hang flags to honor local veterans, and folks in Andes trying to sort out a parking and access mess when the town won't help. Actually, there's even more. You just need to pick up the paper, or better yet, subscribe. Head over to the-reporter.net. It is your hometown paper, and as we always say, it's a lot better than Facebook for getting the news. Until next week, I'm Andrew Kantor. Thanks for being here.